Hello and welcome to my channel Innate Wisdom. This is Agnes. I'm an intuitive and a tarot card reader. I do general love readings for the collective and also for each zodiac sign bi-weekly. If you like my videos, please support my work by pressing the thumbs up and by subscribing to my channel. Remember, these messages are general and may not resonate for all of you. And this is going to be a pick a card reading about your person to see why they're distant, what they're feeling about you right now, their probable future actions, and also where this relationship is headed. All right, so when you have your deck or decks picked out, because you can pick more than one, you'll find the timestamps for the readings in the description below. So if you pick the left side deck, this is going to be your reading, and let's get started with the person on your mind, the person you're interested in, and let's check out why they are distant according to the tarot cards. Why is your person distant right now? Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool card. And I'm picking up on that your person might be a little bit reluctant to admit their own faults is what I'm getting. And this is causing them, or it's actually causing maybe arguments or some kind of disagreements between the two of you, because the Five of Swords indicates that the person is up in the head. I feel like they're denying responsibility as well. They're overlooking things. They're taking things very easy when it comes to the decisions that they're making, when it comes to the responsibilities that they would have in this relationship with you. And it's almost like they don't want to hear it. That's what I feel from this Five of Swords card right now. They don't want to hear something. They don't want to face conflicts, even though these conflicts are causing deep wounds for the two of you, and probably separation and being cold and distant. That's what I'm getting from the Five of Swords. And of course, the question is why they're distant. And I feel like it's because of these conflicts. But also, this is a reflection of their inner world, their internal conflicts, conflicts about themselves, or actually conflicts that they have with themselves, how they connect with their own person. And this might sound interesting, but yeah, that many times these things are projected onto the environment when there are internal conflicts going on. I also feel like this has to do with comfort zone. Maybe the current situation, or where the two of you were, or the next step that was kind of needed or expected from your person, they were not quite ready to leave their comfort zone, is what I'm feeling. However, they are willing to give this a new try. They want to start fresh with a clean slate, is what I'm getting from the Fool card. It's just that they're still kind of angry. They're still having this chip on their shoulder. They haven't yet forgiven. I'm picking up on a hurt ego, their pride. Maybe you question something about their actions and their decisions, and they did not like that. It's almost like they have a hurt pride or something like that. Their wounded ego is still keeping them distant. But, the Fool card indicates that, that they want a new start. They're willing to give this a fresh try. All right, so let me just clarify something more about this Five of Swords. What else do we need to know? Because I feel like there's something else that we need to know about it. The Knight of Swords. So maybe this person is acting unreliable, indecisive. Maybe it's not that they're indecisive, although it could be. The Knight of Swords is a character who may be changing their minds a lot. They're acting unreliable, not trustworthy, and they also might fear commitment. They might be running away from conflicts, is what I'm hearing. This is kind of like what I picked up on in the beginning of this reading from the Five of Swords. So I feel like this person is very much conflicted. They're conflicted with what they should do. And also, I'm hearing that the way they view commitment, they just feel that it's putting a lot of heavy responsibilities on them or something. It's almost like they're afraid that it's going to limit their freedom, something that they feel like they cannot live without. Okay, so this is the initial information that's coming up. So let's check out now their current feelings for you. How do they feel about you? Because in this first spread of cards, we did not really get any information about their feelings. So let's see their feelings for you. The Three of Swords, King of Swords, Nine of Swords. So you might be actually dealing with an air sign person because there's so many swords cards here. I'm picking up on that this person is heavily in their head. They're really avoiding feeling any emotions. They're really avoiding getting in touch with their heart. And thus they're keeping the distance between the two of you. And I feel like they're really, anxious about something. This Nine of Swords indicates a nervous energy, a lot of mental stress, maybe even sleepless nights. They're trying to rationalize everything, maybe explain their actions away. And the Three of Swords, it many times in my readings, it comes up when there is a love triangle or when there is a broken heart situation due to a love triangle. And, it feels like this person is also feeling guilty. It's almost like they're the one who are showing a hurt pride, but they know they broke your heart. Here's this Three of Swords, and that's what I feel. They're also feeling guilty, but it's almost like they're trying to even repress that. And they can do that. It seems like they're trying to repress their guilt by staying up in the head, by not really getting in touch with their hearts because their conscience is like screaming. And I feel like that's why they're so conflicted. It's, they're trying to repress the guilt, but they can't. And also they might have broken someone else's heart besides yours and their own. So is that third party as well who has their heart broken too. So it seems like this is an unforgiven thing at this point. It's something that isn't healed yet. And there's a lot of anger in the air. There's a lot of tension in the air. I feel like being attacked also. And being attacked is also the Five of Swords energy. But I'm specifically picking up on that right now. Being attacked through words, by angry fights, arguments. So I feel like there are wounds being created. But even if it's not a love triangle, I know it's not going to resonate for all of you, but still the broken heart situation for a different reason then is still there. And I feel like this person is just not that trustworthy. They're not acting reliable, and then they might have broken your heart because of that behavior, not treating you right. And I feel like there's a lot of anxiety. It's almost like I'm hearing from the Nine of Swords right now that they don't know how to handle this. They don't know how to manage these tense energies. I feel like they haven't really learned to be constructive about this, to constructively express these things. And it's almost like they're totally internalizing these right now. So as far as their current feelings for you, I did not get much except for a broken heart. But let me ask the tarot once again for their current feelings, how they feel about you. I just feel like there's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of mental stress, lots of thinking and analyzing. So let's see how they feel about you. Two of Swords, and again a Swords card. So this might be like I wanted to tell you that maybe you're dealing with an air sign person, a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, but they could be any sign. It's just that right now the way they're handling this is totally up in the head, totally keeping their coldness, their distance from you, their distance from their emotions as well. They're distancing themselves from their heart. Okay, so let's see then. Let's try a different deck of cards, the Love Oracle cards, and let's see what they have to say about your person. What do we need to know about this person? Kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. They're so afraid of that is what I'm getting. This is so blocked. And even though I feel like there's this emotional tie that's connecting them to you, they're still afraid of it. Right now, it's almost like they're trying to mentally cut that off. They're so afraid of that. I feel like this message here, or messages on these cards, are so blocked. This person is so out of touch with their own heart consciousness. Let's see, what else do we need to know about your person? The chaser. A chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. You know, I feel like maybe they have been abandoned in the past, and right now I just have a very strong feeling that that's what's causing them these inner conflicts. They have been abandoned in the past, and they haven't really resolved that. It's almost like they're trying to resolve it by never getting involved in emotions again. That's what I feel right now. So, all right, let's see what's on your person's mind. What are they thinking about right now? What's their general attitude towards this situation? The Six of Swords. Maybe we're going to have all of the Swords card pop up here, and you can see that I'm totally pulling the cards randomly. All right, so right now, so this, okay, finally we have an indication about their feelings for you, because what's on their minds, I feel like they cannot totally repress their heart. It's there. It's in the air, and I feel like there is that emotional bond, and maybe they fell for you a lot deeper than they wanted to, or than they wanted to allow themselves to fall for you. They're trying to keep their distance. This is on their mind right now. This is their general attitude. They want distance. They're trying to distance themselves from the conflicts, from the arguments. They're trying to find some kind of a mental peace, like a peace of the mind. But I feel like, you know, here's the Wheel of Fortune, which indicates that there might be some quick positive changes coming up because of this King of Cups. It's like this person really cannot get you out of their head. And I definitely feel like they're really afraid of these emotions. They are afraid of losing control. But if they're willing to trust these opportunities that the Wheel of Fortune is opening up for them, this could really take a positive turn. So this is what's in the air right now. I feel like there will be opportunities for this to turn around. All right, so let's see now their probable future actions towards you. The Four of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Empress. So there is something, it's almost like, this is a very interesting picture here, the Four of Swords, because the heart is pictured outside of the person, and of course this is very symbolic. I feel like they're trying to find their way back to their heart. They're trying to heal around trusting again, that their life could take a positive turn, because maybe they have been so negative for so long. And I feel like this silence, because the Four of Swords indicates silence and the time to heal, the need to heal. I feel like they're taking some time, you know, for themselves. They might isolate themselves in order to get in touch with their heart consciousness. But I feel like in their heart of hearts, they want to connect with you. And this reading is now totally, completely turning around. And I feel like it's because of this Wheel of Fortune energy here, because this person cannot deny their feelings for too long. Maybe they're trying to suppress. But actually this connection could be like a soulmate or twin flame type connection, because here's the Four of Wands. It's that stability, that connectedness that is there between the two of you, that I feel like you don't have control over that. And when the two of you are together, it feels so good. It feels so safe. Here's the Empress card. And I feel like that's what this person wants at the end of the day. You know, they want that security. They want that safety. But I'm also hearing that maybe you're able to help this person heal. You know, if you are their soulmate or twin flame, you could help this person heal, but also the two of you could be reflecting each other's wounds, and you could be picking at each other's wounds as well. Sometimes these types of connections can be pretty intense, but picking on the wounds, it just means that there is a wound, and that's a chance for that to be realized and to be healed. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from their future actions. So let's check out the Love Oracle cards again and see if this person has a message for you. Let's see what they would want to tell you. Hammer. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. I feel like they are actually sabotaging themselves by being this cold and distant. It's their own attitude towards the idea of love, towards the idea of connectedness from the heart. And I do feel that there's a past hurt that hasn't been healed yet. So that's almost the thing that's sabotaging the two of you, but it's actually their own attitude too, that they have not been willing to address that deeply. They have been running away from the conflict, from the deep insight. So let's see what else would they want to tell you. Healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. This card actually confirms everything that I have been feeling here in this reading about this person, that they have issues around love and care. And, if somebody has unresolved abandonment issues, it's probably that they're not in touch with their own self-love, that consciousness that they deserve good, that they deserve love and care, and they deserve to be happy. So I feel like all of these things involve their healing and your healing as well, healing of the relationship too. So let's see where this is headed now. Let's see that. What's next in this relationship? King of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Two of Cups. Wow. This reading completely turned around. Completely. I feel like there's such an optimism in the air, starting your journeys together, your completely new journey together. This is about, the Three of Wands is about anticipation. It's full of optimism. It's the moment before getting started on that journey. So I feel like there's that element of waiting for this to happen. And I feel like it might be a little bit of a slow start. This person might have a little bit of a block in changing. They might experience a bit of delays in changing just because of their comfort zone, which I mentioned in the beginning. And, there was that Queen of Pentacles in the very first line, if you remember that. And now we have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you are a matching pair. You belong together. You feel safe together. And I feel like commitment is where this is headed. And definitely the emotional component is here. This is that real love connection, the Two of Cups. This is my other card for that twin flame soulmate type connection. And I feel like definitely the emotions are there. And I feel like this person is healing with regards to opening up more from the heart. And because in this next stage, and I feel like if they're willing to go with that Wheel of Fortune energy, this is where it's headed. So a lot actually depends on their free will, how they decide. But definitely the energies are now showing that they're turning around, maybe slowly, but it's turning around. It feels like, these energies are nothing like what it was in the beginning of this reading. So this is very, very positive here. There's commitment, there's stability. I feel like that's where this relationship is progressing. That's the state it's progressing towards. There's this optimism here, and also definitely that the two of you are so much on the same wavelength as far as the emotions go. There's definitely that true love connection between the hearts that's here to stay for the long run. All right, so this is what I have for you if you have chosen the left side deck. Thank you so much, and I'm going to be continuing now with the middle one. So if you pick the middle deck, this is going to be your reading, and let's get started with the person on your mind, the person you're interested in, and see why they are distant. Let's see, why are they distant? The Devil, Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So this person is dealing with something that's very toxic. It could be an addiction, some kind of an addictive energy. It doesn't have to be an addiction such as drugs, alcohol. It could be sex addiction or obsessive thinking about money, for example, but these are just examples. It could be anything that your person has trouble saying no to. Okay, it could be a belief, an idea, a pattern. It could be a person, someone that maybe manipulates them or controls them or is trying to control them. And I feel like it's actually draining their energy away. Now, the Four of Pentacles, I'm feeling that it's safer for them to keep distant from you, because otherwise I feel like just they would cause you disappointment. Because they're dealing with this toxicity here, this toxic energy that they can't deal with. I feel like they would just disappoint you, and also they would feel ashamed that they are dealing with something like that. You know, ashamed in front of you, ashamed of not being able to give you much. It feels like this. So right now, the Four of Pentacles is indicating that they're having trouble opening their heart, or that they don't want to open their heart. It's almost like they're, this character is keeping that pentacle right in front of their chest, protecting their heart. It's almost like they're wearing an armor just to keep distant. But it doesn't mean that they're lacking emotions, though. Now, also the Five of Swords is here, which is indicating, hurtful things maybe that were being said, arguments that left wounds in the both of you. And this is about, this is pretty serious, this Five of Swords. It may be that there had been conflicts between the two of you that are unresolved, and it's actually creating more of a distance between the two of you. It could also, I'm getting also unforgiveness and the inability to move past some kind of a hurt. So there's still something in the air between the two of you. So let me just get a clarification for what this Five of Swords is about. What do we need to know about that? The Seven of Wands, and maybe these fights are about that that this person is distant from you, and the arguments could be about that you're asking, why aren't you letting me in? Why aren't you letting me closer? Because this is about being defensive. So maybe they got defensive, and they're just even, their wall around their heart is even stronger. So it just feels like they're closed up for whatever reason. So let's see, what else do we need to know? Let me ask for the Four of Pentacles clarification. What do we need to know about that? The Four of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. So maybe this person has made you wait. Maybe there had been stagnation here because of this toxicity, because they're losing their energy, and it feels like they're valuing you. They really value their relationship, but it's like a standstill. And maybe the arguments have been about that. Maybe there's a difficulty getting to the commitment phase. And this person might be acting too much in the head when it comes to that. Maybe they're trying to be rational about it and not really connect with their hearts when they're making the decision. But again, I just feel like this devil energy is completely draining them. They're dealing with something else outside of this relationship for sure that is creating a block here. So let me clarify also the devil energy. And the Four of Cups. And I feel like this Four of Cups is indicating that this person feels like they have lost the battle. Like they're not able to satisfy what you want. They're not able to satisfy you. And they are also unsatisfied. And it feels like, what do I do now? It's almost like this character's face is drawing my attention, and they're asking, almost like in a prayer style, what do I do? Oh my gosh. And there's that air of dissatisfaction, that air of not knowing. It's feeling really helpless for this person. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So let's check out their current feelings for you. Let's see how they feel about you. The King of Swords, Eight of Cups, and Judgment. Okay, so they're trying to act cold and distant. They're trying to leave the situation behind. Actually, they're turning their backs to you. They're trying to leave behind this emotional connection. They do have feelings, by the way, because they're leaving behind their emotions. It's almost like they need some time in their cave, and maybe they'll come out sometime later, as indicated by the Judgment card, because even though they're trying to rationalize everything that they do, all of their decisions and all of their moves, it's almost like, this angel's horn is just sounding too loud in their heart, and they're feeling the calling in their heart. So I don't know how long they're going to be putting up this act, but it just seems temporary to me from the Judgment card, because the Judgment card is definitely overtaking all of these other cards here. It's like this is super strong energy here, the Judgment. This is about what is the truth in their heart. What is it, the life that they want to live? Is it going to be from the heart if they leave their emotions behind, the emotions that they have with you? So I feel like the truth in their heart is that they need to come back towards you. That's what I feel. They will want a restart, or that's what they're already considering. But I feel like that King of Swords energy is also very strong. And they're trying to cut their emotional ties, is what I see. It's almost like I see a sword that they're using to cut emotional ties. It's almost like whenever they start to feel the emotions, they imagine that all of these are gone. And that's being really up in the head. That's being too calculating. It feels like it's too... It's such a force that right now the heart and the mind are battling. Like literally battling. And this might be still what the result is. Still, this is what the person wants to do because the King of Swords. But I feel like the heart will be winning. That's what I feel. So let's see from the Love Oracle cards, what do we need to know about your person? Clock. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal and progress. So this person needs time to progress in this relationship. It's not the time yet. Maybe they're waiting for that right time, or when it's, how do I say, like when the energies are ready to manifest, I guess it takes more time. So they're not ready right now, but I feel like this is budding. This is like a seed that is now coming out into something. It's coming to fruition. Let's see, what else do we need to know about your person? Healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. And I feel like that's what the Judgment card is about, choosing what their heart is singing about, their heart's calling. And that's definitely a healthier choice for them than just to decide always from the head and not to involve the heart at all. All right, because this feels pretty limited actually when somebody just tries to live in a very rational manner, when they're trying to not involve their heart in their lives. So I feel like this very much indicates the need to heal around loving themselves, about accepting love from someone else like you. So it also involves the healing around self-care, taking care of themselves, taking care of their desires, their heart consciousness, connecting with their heart consciousness. All right, so let's check out next what's on this person's mind. What's their general attitude right now towards this situation? Ten of Cups. Five of Cups. Page of Swords. So they're definitely curious about you, even though they're trying to put up this facade that they don't care, that they're leaving the situation behind. But actually, they keep an eye on you. Page of Swords indicates that maybe they're even spying on you. They're asking the friends that you both have in common, about you, if they know anything about you, because they are really feeling this pain of the separation, the Five of Cups. They're really sad and they're really grieving that the two of you are separated, and they don't like that. And that's why it's almost like they're trying to find out if you're still interested in them, to see what kind of photos you're posting or any kind of bits and pieces of information about you are so important for them, because that it gives them like a ray of hope, a ray of sunshine, to see if you still are into them or not. So of course it gives them hope if you do still care about them, and if you do post those types of photos or messages on your public profile somewhere. Ten of Cups, this is how they feel when they're thinking about you. They definitely have a lot of belief that the two of you would work out wonderfully together, that the two of you could achieve this Ten of Cups state, which is that end all be all. It's that ultimate happiness. And I feel like that's what they truly want. Maybe that's what they're geared towards. But the Page of Swords, it kind of indicates still a little bit detachment from the heart, detachment from the emotions. So but also it indicates, the Page of Swords, that they want to reach out to you, they want to talk to you, but the communication style, it could be still that detached style, it could be distant and not very serious topics, from the page. It could be just, very everyday topics like how are you, how's the weather, and things like that. But it's their curiosity about you, and I feel like they want this emotional connection. They want the emotional life with you. It's just the page right now, it just feels very timid, very shy, and probably cannot expect a whole lot of big steps at this point, big moves. But, in time, I feel it will come. So let's see their probable future actions. Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and the Six of Cups. To them, this connection feels like out of this world. Like, the Six of Cups, they definitely have all these wonderful memories that they have about you. Maybe they're looking at your photos and your videos. It could indicate that your relationship, maybe it was already a friendly one at the time that you met. Maybe you recognized each other, sort of like, almost seemed like maybe the two of you already know each other in spite of the fact that you just met in this life. But I feel like maybe there was an immediate connection between the two of you, and that's still there. This is one of my cards for that soulmate type relationship, when you really feel on the same wavelength. But now, here's these 2-5 cards. The Five of Pentacles, I feel like this person, in order for them to be with you, they would have to give up a lot. Something that is a lot for them. Maybe their comfort zone. It's something that they feel safe in, something that they value. It's almost like they would have to lose that in order to be with you. And that's creating a lot of conflicts here. The Five of Wands is about ego fights, ego battles, power struggle, who is right, whose decision should we follow. And it's about basically disagreements that create separation, that creates anger. And I'm picking up on repressed anger as well. This card, the Five of Pentacles, it indicates feeling left out in the cold. And I feel like, these losses, for some reason, to your person, they feel like the end of the world. Like if they were to give whatever this is up, then that would indicate the end of their world. They just seem so conflicted about this. So let me just get a clarification about this Five of Pentacles. What is it? What's that energy? What do we need to know about it? The Page of Cups. I'm just hearing, okay, maybe they have kids, and Okay, this is just one story. Maybe they have kids and they are afraid of losing their kids, their children, or their relationship with their children might, they feel like it would become ruined in some way. You know, in the beginning, we had that devil energy. I mean, I'm just going to throw a scenario out there. Maybe this person has an ex, or they have a current partner with whom they have children, let's say if they're married or something like that. So the Five of Pentacles in that case is the fear of losing what they have. Maybe they're afraid of losing their children. What if that manipulative partner, if that's the devil card, what if they make them look bad in their kids' eyes? So this is just one scenario. Another scenario that the Page of Cups could mean is that they're losing their control over their heart is what I'm getting. Maybe they're afraid of getting carried away by their feelings, their emotions, if they make themselves, you know, vulnerable in front of you. If they make themselves just vulnerable, it just might feel like it's totally outside of their comfort zone. All right, so let's get back to the Love Oracle cards now and see if this person has a message for you. And if they did, what would that be? Soulmates. Yes. Soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. This soulmate energy I was picking up on already from the Six of Cups energy. And now this Love Oracle card actually confirms that. So let's see what else would they want to tell you. They're just saying, you know, you're their soulmate. Talking. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, and hovering. So, you know, we have 2 pages here, so definitely the interest is there towards you, and I feel like they will reach out. It's what I was mentioning. You know, that message may not be immediately about serious things. It may not be immediately emotional and serious about, you know, the future and things like that. So don't be disappointed if it's just a hello, how are you type message. But I feel like they want to reach out. They want to talk to you, and talking to each other could actually free up, loosen up some of this stuck energy is what I'm getting. So it could be very beneficial to even just have a lighthearted conversation, you know, not to jump deeply into the heavy stuff yet. There will be a time for that too. Okay, so let's see where this is headed right now. What does the tarot say about that? What's the next stage? The Hierophant. 9 of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. So the next stage, I feel like it involves your person getting independent from that devil energy in order for the stability between the two of you happen. I'm also getting a different type of meaning for the Hierophant card, and it could mean actually that your person feels the restrictions, and I feel like the restrictions are in their mind. You know, their beliefs, their ideas about what's possible. So it might be difficult for them to change around that. But I feel like if they're able to free themselves and become independent of that devil energy, that's what I feel the 9 of Pentacles to be. And that would involve rationality, cutting their fears, just making that decision and standing by their decision. So it would involve that type of you know, strongly standing in their power. So that's what I feel. So definitely there is a chance for this to stabilize, but I feel like there's going to be work for this person to get out of their fear zone, so to say. Okay, so that's what I have for you if you pick the middle deck, and I'm going to be continuing with the right side one in a moment. So if you pick the right side deck, this is going to be your reading, and let's get started and see why your person is distant right now. Let's see what's happening. Why are they distant? Okay, we have a card popping out, so that's going to be one of them. We have the World, we have the Page of Swords, and the one that popped out is actually the Three of Wands. So I feel like they're making you wait, and maybe they have been making you wait for maybe a long time already. 3 of Wands, that's what I'm getting from that. It's almost like them being on the verge of getting started with this relationship or, coming towards you, but it's almost like they're coming up with different excuses as to why they cannot, why they're not able to. And even though they might be very optimistic about getting started with you on this relationship, about this being a committed relationship, but it's like they don't take steps. It's almost like they're very inactive. And they're definitely interested in you. The Page of Swords is here. And I feel like they want to message you. They want to communicate. But when they do, the messages might be cold, and distant, and just be very, how do I say, like when you're getting to know somebody, like nothing serious. The Page is not a very mature energy. They're definitely not ready to take big steps here, but they are interested in you. And they have you on their mind, so they are thinking about you, even if they're distant. The World card indicates a change is necessary, because in the current setup, the current energetic setup, you have already learned everything that there was to learn from each other. And for this, maybe the two of you are after a breakup even, and or the two of you feel that it cannot continue in this way anymore. And so the World card indicates that you have come to the end of a cycle between the two of you. The phase has ended, whatever this phase was. And something needs to change. And it doesn't mean that something huge has to change, but a little bit, something needs to be different. And I feel like your person has to give more of themselves. It's almost like maybe they have been keeping you at an arm's length. I don't know why I'm feeling that right now, and I'm also hearing that they have been sort of unavailable to you, maybe emotionally unavailable, or maybe they just haven't been, maybe they haven't been good with keeping their promises. And the Page of Swords indicates the type of interest that when they're actually like spying on you and looking at your profiles and your public information that you are sharing with everyone, or maybe they're inquiring about you from people that you both know. So let me just check out, what is this Three of Wands? What does it want to tell us? Why the wait? Why is this person not taking steps? Even though there's all this optimism, and I feel like they want to be with you, but why was this worth, not taking the step? And maybe even the relationship broke up because of it. So let's see. What do we need to know about the Three of Wands? Eight of Pentacles. I'm hearing that there's a lack of trust in the opportunity. There's somehow maybe a lack of trust between the two of you. And I feel like this person's ideas about how to move this relationship forward were just not, maybe you didn't like these ideas, or maybe you somehow didn't accept these ideas. But I feel like there's something to do with commitment. Maybe this person is just not ready to commit. That's what I feel from the Eight of Pentacles. It's somehow coming up as a blocked energy. Let's see, what else do we need to know about the Three of Wands? Why the wait? Why is this person waiting? The Two of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a lot of maybe debating about, do they commit or do they not commit? Maybe they're commitment phobic, but I'm also hearing comfort zone over and over. Now, another story that I want to put out there, and only take it if it resonates. The Three of Wands and also the Two of Pentacles now showed up as a clarification. Maybe this person has more than one options as far as romantic interests. Maybe they're trying to decide which, who to be with, which option to take. And the Three of Wands, also the symbolism could indicate, the Three of Wands, because of the three, the symbolism of the three, that maybe it's like a love triangle type situation. I just wanted to throw this out there because there's definitely something around, if I choose this one, I have to let go of the other option and I no longer have access to that other option. So it's almost like this is in the air for your person. And so it makes them feel uncomfortable that they have to decide, this is just what I'm feeling right now. So let's check out their current feelings for you. How does this person feel about you? Page of Cups, the Three of Cups, Temperance. So again, the three showed up, symbolism of the three. So it's just confirming my hunch that this could be a love triangle for, for some of you. It's not for all of you. But if it's not a love triangle, the Three of Cups is also indicating some kind of a superficial energy. Maybe this person just likes to have fun, no strings attached. And they just like to be involved in this happy vibe, but they don't want to feel responsible later for why they haven't committed or why they haven't done something. And again, the page energy is here. I feel like this is good for them to be with you. It feels good for them. It feels comforting for them. They feel an emotional connection to you for sure, because here's the Temperance card. And I feel like if they allowed their heart to open up more, this would grow into a love, a true love connection, because I feel like this Temperance card indicates that your hearts, the two of your hearts, are on the same wavelength. And this could be a really, really wonderful connection, even that soulmate type of connection. But I feel like your person is somehow afraid to live from the heart. And I feel like the Page of Cups is here because they want to communicate from the heart. They want to be present from the heart. But the Page is such an immature energy. I just don't feel like they're ready to make big decisions right now. And I feel like that's what you want. You want big decisions. Maybe you have been waiting around for this person for quite some time. But I feel like if you want the heart-to-heart connection to get stronger, time and patience is still needed. I feel like the Page has to develop more. They have to get more maturity before they're able to really live from the heart, which living from the heart is symbolized by this Temperance card. But I feel like, they need time, and maybe they need a lot of time. So it's up to you, how you decide and what you do with that information. And you have to follow your heart if you're willing to wait more or not, whether you want to, live your life according to what's good from your heart, how you live from the heart as well. So let's see what the Love Oracle cards want to say about your person. What is it that we need to know about them? Both. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. So this person has trouble letting go of something. And that's what I felt from the Two of Pentacles. When they decide to go with one option, they have to let go of the other. And that's where I feel the block. That makes them somehow feel really uncomfortable. It makes them feel insecure, unstable, unsafe. It's a territory that they're not familiar with, and they may have trouble even stepping into that territory, But receiving what you need, your boat is coming in, and that's what actually the Three of Wands is about too, which already came up in this reading. I feel like it takes time. Maybe there's more waiting involved here before you receive what you need. All right. So, but I feel like, there's progression behind the scenes, even though you might not see the results of that yet. Let's see, what else do you need to know about this person? Cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And I feel like the conditioning word is actually somehow relating to their upbringing, maybe their childhood, what they have learned as acceptable behavior or what's expected of them, like expectations, how to please their parents, how to please their friends. And, that has become sort of an identity, can they live up to those expectations? Am I a good person if I live up to those expectations? So that's what I feel from this conditioning word here, that key word. And the outdated thinking could also be, the issue here. That's something that they have learned as children could be just a little bit too rigid by now. And that might have to transform. if it can. So that's what I'm feeling right now, and probably this is what's creating the block. That's what it feels like for me. So let's see now what's on this person's mind about this situation. What's their general attitude in this situation? Okay, we have the Star card. Queen of Wands. I just want to give it another shuffle. The Tower. So something is about to happen, or something has happened that really shook up their perception of reality, I guess. Something that has made them unstable, uncomfortable, and perhaps it was the event that they even met you, and maybe this is a very strange thing to them to feel the way they feel about you, or to feel this connection, this gentle, loving thread that's developing within them. And also the Queen of Wands indicates that there is chemistry between the two of you. They want to stand strong in this relationship, but I feel like for some reason they're hesitating with that. It's almost like their willpower and this chemistry, this attraction that they feel, it's almost like they're not claiming it. Somehow this Queen of Wands feels like it's blocked. This energy is blocked right now within your person. And also for some reason, they feel like this relationship is unattainable. It's almost like seems too far, but they're feeling hopeful about it. They're feeling like maybe something will happen that will shift the circumstances around so that they can be with you. It just seems a little bit distant right now. It seems like it's far out of reach. And the Star card could also indicate that there's actually physical distance between the two of you. So take it how it resonates. And the Tower, you know, that Tower moment could make your relationship unstable, or it could make them unstable in their own foundations. And I feel like the Tower moment could actually shine the spotlight on those outdated ideas, on who they're trying to please, what they're trying to live up to, what kind of expectations. Are those still working out for them? And I feel like this is the type of questions that might be raised by this Tower moment, you know, in their feelings of insecurity. However, for them to realize these questions and to really examine these questions, they need to have, you know, at least a little bit of honesty towards themselves, and to really tune into their heart. So that's, you know, it's up to them, to their free will, if they're willing to listen to what their heart is trying to say. All right, so let's now check out their probable future actions towards you. Eight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and a Page of Wands. So there's so many pages in this reading, and I feel like they're feeling like a child, like someone who doesn't have a whole lot of experience handling complicated situations. They might feel like a complete novice right now. And you know, the Eight of Swords is here, which to me, it represents mental stress, a lot of stress in their mind. It also indicates that they're feeling paralyzed in the situation for some reason, and they're actually paralyzed by their own fears and limiting ideas about themselves, about their capabilities, about what they could do with their lives. And the Eight of Swords, it's actually a self-sabotage energy. So it just depends on how much this person allows these thoughts and fears to take over their lives, how much they allow these fears to control them. And I feel like, you know, they want to give energy, they want to put efforts into this relationship, but now you have to make sure that you are not giving more of yourself than what you're getting from your person. So the give and the take has to somehow equalize, it has to balance out. Otherwise, the balance and the harmony in the relationship will be upset, and it could actually drive the two of you apart. But I feel like this person, even though they want to give into this relationship, they're kind of limited. It's a limited amount that they can give, and it's because they're limiting themselves. It's self-limitations, and so it's probably going to be there, this Eight of Swords energy, as for as long as they don't realize that it's actually themselves doing this to themselves. So it's actually the control is in their hands. And if they can control these fears and belief systems, maybe they could even transform these belief systems or ideas that are outdated, because the outdated nature of these is actually keeping them captive in their own little world or cage. And the Page of Wands, I do feel that they want to come towards you. They want to communicate. There's definitely sparks and interest and attraction towards you that's drawing them towards you. And I feel like you can expect communication, though. The communication, again, I want to emphasize that this person may not be ready for huge steps or huge decisions. This is about, messaging the page. Or they might actually have a new idea for a new start or how to change this dynamic between the two of you. So for some reason, I'm hearing that they might have an idea that they like and that you might like as well. But all right, so let's see now if this person could tell you something. What would that be? Healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. I think this has come up in every single of these pick a card readings today, but I guess it's in the air. Or maybe a lot of people are faced with or are given the option to make a healthier choice in their lives, to make choices that are in alignment with their hearts, with who they are. And I feel like it has a lot to do with self-respect, self-love, self-care, and that decision to take towards being happier, to create a more happy life. So this is something that they want to tell you. And I feel like, they are called from their hearts to make that choice towards being happier. So let's see, what else do they want you to know, or what else would they say to you right now? Sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. So I feel like this person is focusing out. And they're keeping an eye on you as well. So they're very interested. But also the focusing out means that they're not focusing on their hearts. So right now I guess they're in that phase of shifting this consciousness towards more living from the heart. Because right now it's just like they're accepting whatever. They're just trying to live up to expectations on the outside, and on the inside they might be very well suffering. So that's just the dynamic from this person that I'm feeling right now that's coming through. So let's see, what is the next stage in this relationship? Where is this headed? We have the King of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Two court cards here and the Two of Cups. So, your person could, like I said in the beginning, they could have multiple options. So take it how it resonates. But these two court cards, it's, we have a king and a queen that don't match. And so that might be something that you might have to deal with in the next stage of this relationship. If this was a love triangle, in fact. Because I feel like they're not on the same wavelength with that person, the person that's not you, obviously, the third party, and they might be committed to them though, but they're not a match. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of happiness, and so I feel like your person is being drawn towards you. And finally, we have a very mature energy indicating their feelings for you. And I feel like this is coming out in the next stage of the relationship, because the two of you are connecting from the heart. It's kind of like that Temperance card that was there when I said that this still needs time, and this could be a very good relationship, harmonious relationship, because the two of your hearts are on the same wavelength. Well, the Two of Cups is actually confirming that too. The Temperance card just indicates that it needs time, and I feel like you know, this is the next stage, so some time has passed by the time this happens, and I feel like this person wants commitment from you. So even if it's not a love triangle, they're more living from the heart and they want commitment from you. This is the general energy that I feel, because the two of you are soulmates, are twin flames, or even if you do not label it as such, it's that the connection is deep. You have a bond together. And I feel like you two are probably even completing each other's sentences, like you are that much in tune with the other. And maybe there's this telepathy going on, and you know, you're guessing each other's feelings, or not guessing, but you're feeling each other's thoughts and everything, thoughts and emotions. Okay, so that's what I have for you if you have picked the right side deck, and thank you so much for being here. If you like my video, please feel free to share and also give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much and take care.